The Great Pyramid, the seventh wonder of the world. This enigmatic structure, located within the Giza Plateau, is aligned in perfect precision with its two smaller sister pyramids, Khafre and Menkaure, and associated pyramidical structures. But why were the pyramids built, and in this formation? Could unraveling the shape and building materials of the pyramids shed light on their usage throughout the world? Researchers have attempted to answer these questions with archaeological and anthropological evidence, but could they be missing the full picture? As Leonardo da Vinci once said, nature is the source of all true knowledge. She has her own logic, her own laws. She has no effect without cause, nor invention without necessity. Recent studies have brought to the surface some interesting results regarding our consciousness, the consciousness of the planet, and the energy that seems to radiate from a pyramid.
When we look at the 6 simultaneous cradles of civilization, one of the common themes that we see run through each of these civilizations is the shape of the pyramid associated with the stars, with the cosmos. Scientifically, it's only been in recent years that we've had the technology to actually answer the question, does the shape of a pyramid, 3-sided, 4-sided, 5-sided, in some way influence or interact with energy in our world?
Pyramid energy is something that's been discussed by many researchers, experimented on. They've detected frequencies in different pyramids. And you could very well, by just slightly altering the shape of the pyramid, also alter the frequency of what's being emitted out of it.
So we have to say there is an effect. Now the question is, did our ancestors know that that effect was there? Was it intentional? Well, this goes to the question, what is the purpose of the pyramids themselves? And were they all built using the same technology?
Whatever this technology might be, one thing that seems constant in these ancient pyramids around the world is the building materials. Andrew Collins has a theory that connects the stones of the pyramids to our human brain.
The answer, I believe, is to do with geometry, because the so-called perfect pyramid, like we see at Giza, is only one half of an octahedron. The other half of it would be buried into the ground itself. It reflects this sacred and otherworldly geometry which is found within nature itself. There are many crystals that take the form of an octahedron. And if that's the case, then there must be some kind of resonance between the shape of the pyramid and crystals that also take this same form, and human consciousness as well. So how might that work? And the answer is that one of the minerals that has an octahedral form is hematite. Hematite is an iron oxide, and not only is it found in natural form within nature, within rocks, but it's also inside our head. There are countless tiny hematite crystals that contain within them the form of the octahedron. So there is a resonance from our head, from human consciousness, from the human brain, through the shape of the crystals to the shape of the pyramids themselves. It's an instant transfer of information across any distance, and this works through the absolute exactness of these particles. And if they are in the form of an octahedron or a pyramid, that means that our brains resonate with the pyramid shape itself. So in other words, whatever is going on inside a pyramid can actually resonate with human consciousness and affect us in a very deep cosmic way.
This hematite can be found in most granite blocks like those used in the building of the Great Pyramid. Could it be possible that 8,000 tons of granite was used in the construction because of the properties of this mineral and how it affects the human brain? But there is yet another mineral found in granite that, interestingly enough, has been discovered in human brain tissue, and this is magnetite. Freddie Silva explains the importance of magnetite and its connection to neurobiology.
Magnetite is also something that flows through the human body and allows it to orient itself to the magnetic grid. Now, you put those two ideas together, you begin to realize that the buildings were also built to influence the person that goes inside. And that, in effect, also affects the person that walks into the building, because we are essentially geometry. All our cells, everything is geometry. So a person in a right sense of attunement will go into the right kind of pyramid, because all the angles are all slightly different and they all induce different psychological effects. You go into a building and you are influenced by the shape of the geometry of that building, but also the type of stone and the amount of stone. Because remember, all that stone and all that magnetite and all that quartz creates a piezoelectric effect. So shape, piezoelectric effect, you create an electrical environment, and the one person that benefits most from these alterations in frequency is the human body and its state of consciousness. So ultimately, it's the shape and the correct use of stone that's derived from the observation of natural laws that has a profound effect on the individual.
If this is true, is it possible that pyramids across the world are created to harness a unique frequency based on their structure? Could this structure then have a profound effect on our human bodies and consciousness? This begs the question, could all the pyramids in the world be slightly different for a reason? Maria Wheatley describes a certain anomaly pyramid on the Giza Plateau that has baffled scientists and archaeologists for years. This might be evidence that indeed each pyramid on the planet is created to hold a different energy for a certain reason.
The bent pyramid is an enigma to most people. What an odd shape. Why build a pyramid like that? The pyramids of Egypt utilized one grid system called the Hartmann grid. The Hartmann grid aligns north-south, east-west. And you find the edges of a pyramid are always on that plan of the Hartmann grid. So that anchors it into the ground to a certain degree. Now, with a bent pyramid, it's believed by numerous researchers that a slight kink in the shape of a pyramid softens and neutralizes the negative green. The bent pyramid was skillfully made like that, so it manipulates the colors of the earth and the colors of the sun. Now, if you have a pyramid at home yourself, you're supposed to make it have a little notch on the bottom, because a big pyramid that comes up like that generates too much energy of the negative green.
According to scientific studies in the dowsing community and a book published by Dr. Karim titled Back to a Future for Mankind, negative green is part of 12 energy qualities that can be measured in waves. It is shown here as the color gray. Negative green has a horizontal wave which is beneficial to human health and a vertical wave which is harmful to human health. Harmful negative green waves can be picked up today as EMF and other toxic earth energies that create negative effects in our bodies. There are places such as the beach and, yes, even pyramids that include beneficial horizontal waves of negative green. The ancient people knew that if they were able to balance the vertical negative green into horizontal, it would be a powerful healing and growth tool.
If you imagine a pyramid can irrigate the area with fertile energy, with healing energy, with beneficial energy, then you have a kind of healing irrigation system that is being utilized particular times of the day.
If the pyramid technology was based off the building materials used and the angles of its structure, then could it be possible that the pyramid's main function on the planet was to emit certain frequencies that would affect the human mind and body in a positive way? Could it also be affecting the planet in a positive way? In order to answer these questions, we travel 30 miles outside Tomsk in the vast Russian province of Siberia. It is here, on May 11th, Russian engineer Valery Uvarov broke ground on a pyramid complex using the techniques and the wisdom from ancient cultures all over the world.
What Dr. Uvarov has recorded, I believe, are electromagnetic anomalies and effects as a result of him constructing a perfect pyramid in a virgin landscape that's going to be affecting the natural geomagnetic fields of that particular area. And what this does is to prove once again how powerful that symbol of the pyramid actually is.
Through his long-term study of ancient pyramids from all over the world, ancient texts, and scientific research into the effects of the pyramidal field on living and inanimate nature, Valery Uvarov prepared the basis for the construction of his Siberian pyramid. Unlike ancient pyramids, this experimental pyramid is monolithic, made of concrete containing white quartz sand. Standing at 13.5 meters tall, a precise height that was derived from the dimensions of creator Valery Uvarov. Not only does Uvarov's pyramid recreate the structure configurations and alignment to celestial bodies like those of pyramid designs from ancient civilizations, but this experimental creation also contains the following features: a 4-level resonator chamber system, a 3-level system of water reservoirs, and also a tapered channel running from top to bottom along the central axis of the pyramid for water concentration counterflowing energy flows. The top or chief cornerstone of the pyramid is formed by a quartz pyramidion. Beneath this point there also lies what Uvarov describes as a system of special energy sources.
General pyramid complex consists of 9 pyramids, but at the corner of this square area, there are 4 special pyramids. It's 2 joint pyramids which are forming octahedron. Inside of these octahedrons, there are so-called energetical sources. I came to understanding that all these minerals, they have a very special effect on human being, on human energetical structure. They have used a very limited quantity of minerals having very special capacities like quartz, like basalt, for example. Why they have used white color, black color, red color? Because inside of the pyramid there is granite of a red color.
A larger pyramid on the property becomes the focus of this experiment.
A big pyramid in Tomsk, it is concrete, and it's done with special design. They put a lot of crystals inside this concrete. So it was done with special ideas, and a very big crystal from Brasilia they put at the top. Huge crystal. And there are 4 levels.
Here at the complex for the first time, Dr. Konstantin Korotkov, professor of physics, biophysics, and medicine, has decided to test the effects of the large pyramid here on water and the human body. Measurements were taken on a device called BioWell.
About 25 years ago, I invented an instrument that is known now in the world as gas discharge visualization. Now we name it as BioWell. BioWell is a special instrument to measure energy.
Konstantin prepares the device specifically for several different experiments they plan to do in this unique large pyramid.
We did several measurements. First was to measure energy of environment inside pyramid at different levels, outside of pyramid, comparing with the energy in the hotel, which is maybe about 15 kilometers from the pyramid. So it's practically the same area. Next experiment was I put Sputnik sensor inside the pyramid and left it there for 2 days.
Konstantin's first results were that of testing the pyramid itself.
It is interesting that at level 4, at the highest level of pyramid, energy was higher than in the hotel, while at the level 1 and 3 level it was same energy as in the hotel, no difference. But at level 2, the energy was lower. Then, of course, I've done measurement outside the pyramid, and there it was big difference, huge difference. So near the pyramid, the level of energy was very high, really very, very high, much higher than inside the pyramid and much higher than in the hotel. So it is absolutely clear for me that outside the pyramid, we have increase of energy. So being outside of pyramid, it's really very good for health. It's increase your energy, and it's very stimulating effect. So it means that pyramid creates its own field around itself.
The next experiment was testing with water, and here we gleaned some interesting results as well.
Here we have 5 bottles of water. Those are absolutely equal bottles that we bought in one of the same store, so it's one of the same type of water. They all sealed. And idea is as follows. We leave 1 bottle here in the hotel, and 4 bottles we'll take to the pyramid. We place them in different levels of the pyramid, and then tomorrow, after they will stand there for a day and night, we'll collect them, and later on I will check this with our instrument here, back here. And idea is as follows, to see whether pyramid really have some influence to water. Would it be possible to measure this influence if it is?
So what was found? On the level 1 and level 2, the energy of water was much lower than in the hotel, much, much lower. While on the level 3 and 4, it was much higher. Then level 1 and level 2,
we had the highest influence to water on the level 3.
And as a parameter, those are frequency of water. So again, at the level 4 and 3, the frequency was much more balanced, while on the level 2, it was much more chaotic than in the hotel. So for me, it's confirmation that level 4 and level 3 of pyramid, they are stimulating. But while level 1 and level 2, they are depressing. So the more near you are to the top, the higher the influence.
After his initial study of the pyramid's energy fields, Konstantin then moved on to the study of energy-related effects on human subjects. Here is how the experiment was conducted and the ensuing results.
We did tests with 2 people, 2 apparently healthy men, strong guys, so their energy was very good. I've done their measurements with BioWell in the hotel. We take measurements from all 10 fingers. Then we came by car to the pyramid. People came inside the pyramid, and they were staying inside the pyramid on the level 2 for 1 hour. Then I repeated measurement inside the pyramid with them, and coming back to the hotel later on, I was able to see results. And results was absolutely clear.
But unlike the water experiment and the pyramid itself, the human results were quite different.
For both of them, it was drop of energy, increase of stress. Even Valery, he was the constructor of this pyramid. He knew this pyramid and he was there many, many times. But still, this was objective effect.
And you see, in the hotel, your energy was 61 joules. In the pyramid, 48.
For me, it's one more confirmation that inside the pyramid, you don't feel very healthy. You shouldn't be there inside for a long time. And I had same effect under the Teotihuacan pyramids, in different pyramids in different countries. So it was, for me, it was one more confirmation.
With such interesting results from these tests, Is it possible that the pyramids were designed to create beneficial frequencies outside the pyramids for humans, not inside? Or could it be likely that only some pyramids are designed for humans to be inside for beneficial reasons?
My idea that Cheops pyramid, as many other big pyramids, they was not designed for people to be inside. It's not a building, it's not a palace. It is very special construction, but pyramid has tremendously stimulating effect on everything being outside. So it was told to us that everything grows much faster around pyramids. All vegetations are much greener, and they become green in spring before any other vegetations around them. So we had many experiments of this kind in different countries that demonstrate that pyramids really have very stimulating effect on all life around them. And it was confirmed by our measurements.
Could this be evidence that pyramids were constructed in ancient time with the purpose of generating a powerful effect on the human body? Or maybe they were created to have the ability to have an effect on the Earth's energy around the human body and the consciousness of the planet. If this is the case, where did this technology come from?
I believe that all those pyramids was designed by some previous civilizations, unknown to us, but we have a lot of evidences that those civilizations existed before known to us civilization.
The pyramids are not something from this world. The pyramids are something that connects many civilizations in different worlds of this galaxy, because the pyramids are a construction that represents the geometry of creation brought to matter. So for many other cultures, the pyramids represents the place where you could be inside a sphere, where you could be yourself the nucleus, the core of your own planet. So it's a technology to connect with the spirit, to connect with the mind of the cosmos. So each planet has its own way to create the pyramids, but during the period of Atlantis, where much pyramids were built. And this is because they understood their role as the seeders of this consciousness. They were trying to become the planet, they were trying to become the universe itself. It's a technology that we inherit from Sirius and some other worlds like Vega and Arcturus maybe, but they were different. The structures, the buildings were different. So this is why the minerals, crystals, the silice from the stones that the pyramids are made of, they, by the correct vibration, helped us to restore the images of the universe, because we are universe in different shapes. So we can remember from where our particles came from, just if they are aligned to the same vibration.
Humanity has looked upon these great wonders of the ancient world throughout the ages and pondered the meaning of their existence. Who built the pyramids and why? Could a combination of the minerals that the pyramids are made of and their certain geometric structures speak to us on a frequency we are just understanding? And do the experiments that were done in Siberia suggest that this might be true? Could these devices be not for humans to reside in, but more for humans to reside around? An ancient device built to harmonize these frequencies and energies around our planet for communication and balance. As long as modern researchers continue to pioneer new means of discovery into this ancient technology, we may one day be able to use them to communicate with the energies of the planet and also the galaxies beyond.